1 week, 1692 donations, and $46,000 later, I'm refunding the GoFundMe. If when I go forward as a plaintiff, I will be self-funded. Thank you everyone for proving Ethan wrong. His behavior is unacceptable and people do care. I changed my mind about crowdfunding because I realized that I didn't like the money-grubbing narrative. Anyone that's disappointed needs to realize they would have been waiting a very long time for any kind of emotional payout on this anyway. This is the cleanest way to move forward.
Got him.
God damn it, Denims, you had one job. Good evening, everyone. I hope all of you guys are doing great. Unfortunately, I have to interrupt it to bring you guys some sad news about Denims and her little lawsuit with Ethan. A while back, she had that GoFundMe set up for whatever reason, but she sadly announced earlier today that it was cancelled and that the lawsuit will be no more. She said the reason why was because she wanted to go self-funded to avoid any backlash from this taking longer than expected. Which, I can respect that to a degree, but it only gets funnier from here when she said that she couldn't even sue Ethan if she wanted to because he was so late to it. I personally think it's insanely hilarious, but let's see what people on Reddit and Twitter have to say.
Denims has put out a statement retracting the GoFundMe for the legal notice of defamation that she sent to Ethan Klein. In her statement, she claims she would rather not handle the whole situation via crowdfunding, instead wishing to pursue it with her own money. Along with
I'm sorry, can I just say, when I read that, I found it so goddamn funny. Your own money. You could absolutely, like any random person, but, like I said before, it's a battle of money and time. Ethan would steamroll you, okay? I wish the best for you, but it's not like a close battle by any means.
This saying that she had to send the notice because
that was like I said before, it would help with the crowdfunding, but even then it would still be a tough battle. But now it's even harder.
The law requires
it's a steep hill battle.
You to send one within 20 days of a defamatory statement happening, and that she is still considering suing Ethan Klein despite this GoFundMe retraction. Ethan even
sorry, go back a second. What did he say that you have to sue within 20 days?
And that she is still because the law requires you to send one within 20 days of a defamatory statement happening.
I think that is late actually, yeah. Like that CPS stuff happened pretty late by now. Like not that late, but late by those standards, 20 days.
And that she is still considering suing Ethan Klein.
I'm guessing, no, hold on. I guess if Ethan won't shut up and he kept on bringing it up over and over, then yeah, maybe that's how.
And despite this GoFundMe,
bro, he has brought up quite a bit, to be fair.
Retraction. Ethan even responded to this as well, continuing to stand his ground, saying that Denims has no case. And even the Leftovers H3 subreddit was disappointed in Denims, criticizing
of course they fucking would be.
For this move, saying that she should not have gotten into something that she wasn't ready to commit to. Welcome to the internet versus Denims GoFundMe retraction. It starts when Denims tweets out a screenshot of the GoFundMe and says, 1 week, 1,692 donations, and $46,000 later, I am refunding the GoFundMe.
That's so what a bizarre intro. Guys, after 1 week, 1,692 donations, and 46k later, I'm refunding it. What was of the hype, of the build-up?
/ when I go
and you have no hype moments or aura.
Forward as a plaintiff, I will be self-funded. Thank you everyone for proving Ethan wrong. His behavior—
What does that mean, proving him wrong? Oh, well, guys, we really proved him wrong by getting only 1/5 of the gold there. Like what?
Is unacceptable, and people do care. Proceeding with a defamation suit against Ethan is—
Oh, people did care clearly, but not enough to give you 150k. No way.
A monumental undertaking. His suit with Kavanaugh started almost 4 years ago and is still ongoing. I don't—
But that's so okay. So she understands how long it takes, right? And she's still getting to the arena. That guy Kavanaugh, whatever his fucking name is, he's much richer, and it still lasts 4 years. With her, it would last less because she wouldn't have the money at all.
Want to fundraise to start a fight that—
bro, she would have to work overtime on streaming and her OnlyFans. Does she have OnlyFans or Fansly? Either way, she's gonna have to fucking work overtime, 16-hour shifts every day to make enough money to just lose to Ethan in court.
I can't finish, and I feel like I've let down those who have donated. With that in mind, if this is a journey I wish to undertake, I'll be doing it with my own funds. I'll be keeping all of you posted if anything happens while the statute of limitation runs for the next year, and I'll be elaborating on stream Friday. I appreciate all of you for the support. It means more than you know. Why issue a legal retraction letter and crowdfund if you weren't serious about your legal threat? I was and am. If CCC 48—
bro, can be honest, this part makes no sense to me. Under section CC 40, that makes no sense.
You must issue a retraction letter within 20 days of the defamatory statement before you can pursue a lawsuit. This is why Ethan was so prompt in his letter to Noah, but has yet to file a suit. If he ever—
Oh, so you have to send a letter before filing a suit. I guess that makes sense.
Plan on doing so. I changed my mind about crowdfunding because—
Can I just say, it's so clear, some fucking dumb dumb law student told her, Denims, you should sue him. Like the biggest dumbass ever, you know, like just like gaslighting her, or you know, just giving like a yes man to suing him. It's so obvious.
I realized that I didn't like the money grubbing narrative. Normally this wouldn't be an issue because I could just be transparent with how the money was spent, but over the lengths of time that a lawsuit would span, it isn't realistic. And just doing my best isn't enough for an offensive lawsuit. Anyone that's disappointed needs to realize they would have been waiting a very long time for any kind of emotional payout on this anyway, and that it's easier to take my time on this when I'm not being perpetually scrutinized as a scammer. To anyone that doesn't care about it,
okay, I'm gonna be honest, right? I think she made the smart choice. Like she fucked up by starting in the first place, but at least now she's being smart about, you know, just canceling out. All right, like she might have been cancelled over this, you know, within a year. People being like, oh, I gave my money to Denims, and even Klein is still now bankrupt, you know. So I respect that to a degree.
Money and
like she at least a crow on that, you know, instead of like, you know, fucking keeping it going forever.
Just wants to see Ethan take L's. The Kavanaugh suit will end before any potential lawsuit of mine gets off the ground.
Wait, really? So what I say? To anyone doesn't care about the money and just wants to see Ethan take L's, the Kavanaugh suit will end before any potential lawsuit of mine gets off the ground. Fucking multiple years. I'm sorry, like I hate when the average person gets into a lawsuit, you know, because like, they have like no bearing on it at all. Like, you know, like I want to speak right, because you know I barely get the shit at all. But even I understand, right? They will take years.
Not to mention.
Also, what, I'm sorry, but like, do you really believe that you will give a shit within 5 years? What will you have in 1,000 years? Like by then, like you will like hopefully you will stop your drama with Ethan. Like at that point, it would just be more petty and catty than fucking whatever.
If he does end up filing something against me, it feels strange to crowdfund for a defamation.
Also, I'm sorry, I can't shut up right now. Why would you sue for defamation within 5 years when by that point you just say, like the judge could be like, oh, well you clearly, you know, repaired yourself after since then, so why do you care? It makes no sense, dude.
And for a defense at the same time. And mixing the funds feels even stranger. This is the cleanest way to move forward. Froggy Fresh replies with this video in the caption, Denim's lawsuit attempt be like, and it's him sliding down the stairs and falling. Goose Moose said,
I love that guy, okay? That guy's been out of drama since like, oh my god. He's been out of drama since Grade Class 2. Back like 10 years ago. Holy fuck, dude. But he popped in through a chat real quick. I think in the reverse will show in a second. But like, there was a video where like Denim slandered Froggy Fresh as like a piece of shit. I think that's why he was tilted against her.
As translation, the law firm I talked with said I don't really have a case. Donkey Chain says that you're able to just endlessly spin this story to your followers and they lap the slap up so willingly is truly scary.
I love that word lap.
I wish you the best, but I hope you use your powers for good, not evil. Ray replies to Denims by saying, you guys need to get Hassan to do it. At Hassan.
No, I'm sorry. I heard it before. I just don't believe it. I think, okay, like we're not even sure if Hassan would support Noah Samson. Why would he help out, you know, Denims? Like, bro, okay, with Noah Samson it makes sense, right? Because, you know, Noah's video looked good in his eyes, right? You know, not in ours, you know, it was a fucking steam pile of dog shit. But with the CPS stuff, fucking Hassan was completely alien to it. He wasn't brought up once. Like, he defended himself once, like, you know, a single time, but that was really it. He was, you know, foreign to that. He was out of it completely. This CPS stuff was just purely Denims and Bad Panada. That's it. Why would he intervene to help out Denims? Fuck that.
The Hun is the one with the strongest case, and then you guys could do class action suits and then demand a gag order.
Oh my god, what? That's so moronic. A class action lawsuit. Do people have like no survival instinct for money? Are you dumb?
Then he'd be forced to move on. Aubrey says, I have so much respect for you and I really do hope that
you know, I feel like a jackal. I'm blocking the fucking tags. Oh shit. What do I move this actually? Fuck. Move down here. I'll move like on the top right like a retard. There you go. Hopefully that's fine.
You're able to get the justice you deserve. Your strength is inspiring. Don't let anyone silence.
Your strength is inspiring. Well, the same way like a kamikaze pilot is inspiring in a way, you know, just pure death. Oh, that's beautiful.
We have your back. The Twitchy Trek says, I honestly think you should still get hit with a suit since you announced you were going to sue him, which caused Klein to be billed hours in preparation for defense.
Shit, that's well. Oh my god.
Also, why is this coming out a couple hours after?
Okay, you know, I'm gonna step back for a second. Don't listen to these people at all, right? Like, they're just random club shares on Twitter giving their take. That's it.
You get called out for changing your.
Now, I want someone like Legal Mindset or Legal Eagle talking about this. This would be interesting.
Refund policy. And for context on that, Chop Chop Shop posted on the H3H3 production subreddit, new edit and Denims GoFundMe description, showing that on May 13th that last line is removed that's highlighted in the second picture on May 8th, and instead it's changed to say, edit, modified to comply with GoFundMe terms of service.
Yeah, the one thing I don't get right is why she had to change that. Like in my mind, it doesn't sound that bad, but I want to see like what loophole that goes against the TOS. I want to know.
Before it said if he retracts, this GoFundMe will be refunded. Think before you sleep, quote tweets Denims and says, lol. I guess Denims realized.
Oh, I guess because, you know, if she hits the goal and she has all the money and then even retracts, the money that was meant for something is completely gone for some of the dumb shit. Like, you know, whatever.
That assuming someone
I was going to say drugs, but like, I don't want to slander Denims like that.
for defamation when there is a ton of evidence to prove that Ethan did not defame her is probably a really stupid idea. Unfortunate, this lawsuit would have been a great entertainment. Nicholas Tuorio screenshots Denims' post and laughs, and continues by saying,
Wait, so it seems like, you know, guys, you know, I'm fucking, how long am I in so far? I'm 4 minutes in, right? I finally get it. So is she like not gonna sue him anymore, or like is she still like, you know, entertaining the idea of maybe suing him? I think
She
so.
really-
Oh no, she did say, you know, like she had to send a letter within 20 days, but she hasn't. So I guess it's just cancelled.
tried to the social experiment.
Wait, so in that case, is she like a fucking barking dog, a fucking barking chihuahua, you know, I'm gonna sue him, but she never does. That's pathetic, actually. Yeah, what the fuck?
Has ended, guys, and it was a success, us. Now that you have sent me tens of thousands of dollars, you have proven my original secret goal, and I will be giving it all back. Even after such an embarrassing cell phone, even in the wake of one of the biggest crippling failures I've ever seen, Denims still finds a way to blame Ethan Klein. She is so malicious, it's actually comical. Rob's media quote tweets Denims and says, maybe you shouldn't have hidden evidence from the public? Just a thought, showing a screenshot highlighting a deleted stream VOD from Denims. Cheese and Adderall.
Oh, come on, please. I'm pretty sure, okay, I'm 99.9% sure that it was a stream where she watched that Bambanar video being like, Ethan Klein's kids are eating dog shit. And she would be like, oh my god, is that true? Is that true? Chaz, it's true? You know, the really bad one where she looks awful. Like the one that incited Ethan to be like, fuck Denims, I blame her for this CPS call.
Post the statement on the Leftovers H3 subreddit, and Cold Warthog replied,
And to be completely clear, right? I don't think Ethan made a smart move by completely blaming Denims. You know, like he made it seem like, you know, oh, I blame Denims entirely, when you can definitely shift the blame to like Bam Panada to like a huge degree. But apart from that, you know, I don't think that gives the reason for Denims to pursue legal action. Because she could if you want to, you know, whatever. But like, she has no winning case at all.
Ethan is going to be insufferable, an agreeable nerf says, and there will be no mention of the fact that he
Also, can I just say, these people being like, oh my god, Ethan's going to be insufferable, and they only know that because they for some reason, right, they still torture themselves, you know, to watch Ethan and the H3 show.
the exact same.
I guess by that same, you know, point, you know, we also watch Hassan for to get like, you know, bad points against some. Whatever.
With the Noah Samson lawsuit, except didn't have the decency to announce that he's no longer pursuing it, so instead it's just another thing that will never be mentioned again. Expensive Estate replies, man, it sucks that Ethan is going to take this as a massive W, and Denims is going to be flooded with some heinous shit from H3 fans. Bow to your deity.
And you don't?
He replies, genuinely not trying to be mean, but she never should have stated anything related to legal matters against—
Oh my, so what's your name? Sorry, what's your name? Bow to your deity. You're a genius, bro. The smartest snarker so far. Oh my, that's insane.
Sam, if she wasn't planning on going through with it 100%, because it's just going to be more fuel Ethan has that she is not credible. Ethan is going to be insufferable and claim that she had no case in the first place, which is clearly not true.
Oh, fuck off.
Resolution replies, yeah.
Okay, I take it back. They're not that smart.
This is really disappointing, and to be honest, I'm just confused. I don't really have time to follow everything and just see updates from the subreddit mostly. What led to her making this decision? Is she still pursuing the suit? Why self-funded? And Scary Spooky Hilarious says the way it's worded to me at least says that she doesn't have the money to cover the rest after the GoFundMe if this was to take 4 to 5 years to litigate. And Zizkill replies, we'll find out on Friday.
Also, that's well, like, it might take like 4 or 5 years, and that'd be a lot. But I feel like, you know, the quality of the firm or your lawyer is also very important. Like, you're going against a millionaire, right? Like, Even's been through this before, and I'm sure like his lawyers, you know, are very well versed in this. So like, you can have like a fighting attempt but like no matter what, it'll be a very uphill battle.
Agreeable Nerve says, I love Denims, but she probably should have thought about this a little more. If you start something like this against someone like Ethan, you should commit to it. Naturally, it will be a multi-year long affair. Anyone who knows anything about Ethan knew the chance of a retraction was 0. In my opinion, her, Hassan, Ian, Mike, Frogan should all bring defamation lawsuits together and help each other.
Are you fucking what? Sorry, who? Who are you saying? Everyone, you know, Denims, Hassan, Ian, Mike from PA, Frogan. They should all start a lawsuit, a class action lawsuit. You're moronic.
Each other out rather.
Also, that's what. Why Ian? What the
than just her trying to do this solo. And Big Kutta says she's not retracting the suit though. She is still pursuing him if he doesn't retract the statements.
Is that EB?
Just in a self-funded manner. And a bitch says she said she may not choose to do that though. Sounds like she isn't going to sue. The Victator then posts a statement on the H3 Production subreddit titling it Denims retracts. Well, that was anticlimactic. And Dark Knight Lighting replies, I'm 99% certain.
I'm pretty sure I was gonna make the dumbest joke ever. I was gonna be like, I thought it was Twitter versus, not Reddit versus, but I realized it's called Internet versus. You know, the other one, the big failure, you know, from Boblax, that was a real Twitter versus.
Representation drop her after Ethan's lawyer sent them her spoliation of evidence. And Burned Priest says, yep, seems pretty obvious that's what happened, Lamau. Shame there's no way to prove it to shame her to her obnoxious ass fans. But nonetheless, it's still a pretty decent cell phone. Just waiting to see a bunch of gold medal mental gymnastics to try to somehow convince themselves that this was a win. And Eve replies, if she does proceed, Ethan will know right away when the next document comes from a different lawyer. Trying to be better try says, proving Ethan wrong. How does any of this prove anything? Because people donated money? There are people who donated $600,000 to some random white woman who—
oh my god, that's so bro, I'm sorry, I have to break this down. If you guys saw that video, that is so fucking funny. People are so goddamn dumb. Some white woman with like a pixie haircut and some dog shit tattoos, she got nearly like $500,000 for whatever reason. She got she got like a bit of backlash online and from her community, but that's it. And she got $600K.
Who screamed the N-word in some black kid's face. Nugo Comics replies, what's that saying? A fool and his money are easily parted? Appropriate Son says, well, this is incredibly embarrassing for her. Maybe the hype up from the girls trip has worn off. And Jesus replies, I wonder if that's when she planned this. Withheld McFake Name says, I hate to sound conspiratorial, but what are the chances she expected somebody like Hassan, the Jomas, or Bad Emma Panda to swoop in?
The Jomas? What, Ian and Nisa? Bro, they wouldn't pay you shit, man. Be for real.
Pay a huge chunk of the goal.
I think they're saying that she might have expected that, whatever. But even like an Ethan fan would be like, man, they would not step in any way.
And Leotro replies, who knows? What was she thinking? She wouldn't have won either way, and I think it would be very hard for her to find a lawyer who would represent her in such a losing case.
No, I feel like any lawyer would do that, right? Because it's easy money. It's a losing battle, but like, holy, 4 or 5 years of like the dumbest shit ever? Hell yeah.
She wanted the notoriety.
Just extend it as much as possible.
And the attention.
Fuck lawyers, by the way. I dislike lawyers.
I don't think she was very serious about the whole thing. She thinks this is all one big game. She's not known to be a principled person who takes accountability and her own word very seriously. Ethan himself then posts a statement on his Instagram story responding to it by saying, in other words, her attorney explained to her that she had no chance of winning and would be liable to pay my attorney fees. Unfortunately for you—
bro, if that did happen and she was like, pay all the fees? What?
I don't need anyone's money, and I don't like being threatened by the person harassing me. Or any—
people in this community are like, you know, oh, I wish generational death on these people. But like, holy fuck, like I'm imagining myself, you know, being in Denim's shoes. Like I would not be as dumb as her, but like, if I lost a lawsuit that bad, I would shim my pants, you know, fucking blow my own head off and have a heart attack at seeing the fucking bill from my attorneys, his attorneys, you know, the fucking court, the judge, all that shit. It would be terrifying. Oh my god.
Funnier option. Her lawyer dropped her when they found out she had erased evidence. It's my medicine then screenshot.
Wait, is that actually true? Hold on, go back a second. What was that?
The lawyer dropped her when they found out she had erased evidence.
That would be pretty funny, actually, yeah.
It's My Medicine then screenshots this and posts it on the H3 Production subreddit, titling it Ethan dub posting. And Creo replies, Denim's lawyers, it's opinion. Also, it's substantially true. Also, you've misunderstood what he said. Also, you don't have a reputation to damage. Also, it's going to cost way more than $45,000. And First Time Texter replies, also, you deleted evidence. Foreign Vacation says, Noah Sampson is shaking in his boots right now because he probably realized that when Ethan is serious about a lawsuit, he's serious.
Oh,
this
of course. I'm sorry. yeah, even initially he was like a barking dog, but I think the move that made everyone wake up was like, oh my god, he sued the Reddit mods. That's it. I think the one thing that looks very moronic from my point of view is the Reddit stuff. Like he's suing random Redditors, from that Snark subreddit. Very dumb, whatever. But like when people saw that, right, that was the first sign for people like Noah Samson, like, oh my god, I should not fuck with him. But regardless of that, he still did, and even worse, he did it in a very moronic fashion. The YouTubers who supported genocide, the worst video ever in existence.
Wilson says, so she didn't need the money in the first place. Interesting. And Obly replies, I didn't even notice this, but yikes. Snowbun Bun replies, she wanted to prove people hate Ethan, but like 1,600 donations, okay girl. Means like a tiny fraction of Snark.
Wait, chat, hold on. I want to do a quick math, right? Like how much is that? Like I knew she would have like the support, but like what I want you to see, right, was like how much would each person donate on average. So 45k divided by how much? 1,000, yeah, 1692. That was it. Oh, that's pretty not bad actually. On average, about 26.59. That's not bad actually. Good on you, you moronic fucking stream viewers.
Cared enough to donate, and probably Hassan/Anissa. And Mother Holly replies, 1 out of 10 snarkers donating to a lawsuit fund against Ethan is very funny. Hideous girl posts in the Leftovers H3 subreddit, Poopy takes a break from making more Hassan videos to gloat about denims. What happened to the Noah Samson suit? The bad empanada files? And Rocky replies, I hated that she backed out solely because I knew how smug and gross Ethan would be about it. And Batu Didi says, exactly. The harassment is just going to double for her now because Ethan thinks he's untouchable. And
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, you see a cry bully and you're like, oh my god, I feel so bad for her. She fucking saw it? What do you want about?
That says, yep, bad move on her part. I assumed she understood what she was getting into. It's odd to frame this as
No, I'm sorry. I think like she had a very high moment, in some random evening, and then your reality hit her like a fucking dump truck, like, oh my god. I can't win this. Nah, I'd lose.
The point was making them think twice before hurting creators. Fail, will get worse. Hanlon Razor replies, the way he gloats about money is so tacky and pathetic, but what are you going to do when that's the only thing you have going for you, I guess? And Stankley Kong replies, he used to...
like, for a guy that rich, like, he has a family, you know that, right? He's doing better than... I'm sorry, hold on. Actually, hold on. You're so moronic. Nobody in your fucking team has any children. Not Hassan, not Denims, not Frogan, not E. Bro, Ian, the best couple you have right now is Ian and Anissa, and they're fucking miserable.
To say that stuff.
And like you're being like, oh my god, what a shell of a human being. He only has money.
Ironically, and now he owns it. Possibility Jolly posts the second Ethan story on H3 Productions that we already read, and I'm the Liquor replies, if she can afford it with her own money, why was she fundraising in the first place?
True, actually. Oh, that's so fucking true. But like, it's so clear, like, in the very beginning, like there was like a very high moment for her. Like she felt like the king of the world, like, oh my god, I'm going after the king, Ethan Klein, our biggest enemy. And then over time she was like, oh no.
And Suicune says she can't. This is a blatant I'm trying to save face message after she got humbled. She can't admit publicly that she never had a case because it would make her look stupid and ridiculous, but she also can't continue the lawsuit because she doesn't have a case. So she's trying to make it look like she graciously and selfishly is choosing to go the noble route and use her own money for a future lawsuit, which will never happen. KB replies, Denims, I am demanding Ethan retract statements or I will take him to court for defamation. Ethan, lol, no, I stand by it. Let's go to court. Denims, actually, I don't want to.
Fucking bitch. If I was gay and moronic like that, choose Reddit, I'd give him an award. God bless them.
I was still right.
That was a good joke.
And Real Fake Jane replies, guys, it's my lawsuit, my choice. And Cal says, Denims is actually considering suing Ethan, just like how Hassan considered going to Gaza. KK Targren then posts the second tweet that we read earlier from Denims on the Leftovers H3 subreddit, and Legitimate Shoe replies, I'll manage a way to give her money regardless. I hope others will find a way too. And OP says, support her Twitch, etc. Chloe
No, I'm sorry. People will be like, oh, I would help Denims. Or why didn't you the first time, Oh, she lost the GoFundMe. I'll help her, with donations on Twitch. No, you weren't.
Doll says, I appreciate
you're all pathetic behind your Reddit mask.
Clear and honest she's been about all of this. She's really stellar. And OP says, yep, she's amazing all around in my honest opinion. Denim says she will be making more of a statement on Friday, so subscribe with notifications on.
On Friday? Fucking, oh shit, 2 days. Almost, actually.
Missed that. Shout out to our tier 3 members, internet representatives, Kiko and Salsad. Thank you guys so much for the support. I'll see you all in the next episode.
My god, holy shit. Okay, so she's making a statement on Friday, and FYI, right now it's Wednesday. I want to see that actually. Yeah, I never realized, you know, like that looks so pathetic. So like you have the goal to like, you know, file a lawsuit or like, you know, anything the idea of one online. But then the second, you know, you get to the first barrier, you realize, oh fuck, I'm not built for this. Not financially and not legally. Because, you know, the first step was you send a letter and you fucked it up already. That's so perfect. And then you furthermore, you know, to go like the coward route, being like, guys, you know, I can't do it because you know, I want to cancel the GoFundMe, and you know, I think that's like the actual primary reason. That's so moronic. Like I'm not sure who said it on that video, but like that guy on Reddit was so correct. You know, it's so cowardly. Instead of being like, guys, you know, I fucked up. I chewed more than I could swallow. Like that's so very clear what happened. I'm not sure like what lawyers he hired, but like, you know, like I said before, most lawyers, especially in LA, where does he live in LA? Most lawyers in America, they're very scummy. I don't feel like they care about the actual, you know, like representative. They care more about, you know, the money you could get. If they see like, you know, a pretty lengthy case, they will jump on it for the money alone, and that's it. They might not see the money, but like whatever. Yeah. Like that's my very scummy view of lawyers. They're just scumbags, every one of them. But I'll see on Friday, you know, like what statement she makes. I really want to see that, you know. It's gonna be so fucking pathetic. I can already see it, you know, with my 2020 vision.